This is the first Goo Goo Express car wash in Montgomery, Alabama. Their intention was to build an exterior car wash with free vacuuming. As you can see in the canopy, Goo Goo's car wash has utilized 2 unattended auto cashiers. And you can see here they're greeting 2 customers at the same time. For the first one to finish their transaction first, their gate will open and they will be allowed to enter the car wash area. In order to keep the volume moving, we need to have about a 3-car stack up minimum between the gates and the tunnel entrance. That allows us to have a couple of customers prepaid ready to load the conveyor without waiting for a customer to come from the gate to the conveyor and finish their transaction. We like to keep that line moving off the street and have cars ready to load the conveyor all the time. In this shot here, it shows that out of the gates, we're coming out a little bit level. This whole area was elevated a little bit and then running downhill again onto the conveyor, which keeps the customer riding the brake all the way on the conveyor without touching the gas. Eliminates that bump into a customer in front of them, step on the gas and maybe injuring an employee that's guiding on. A very safe way to approach the conveyor. In this view under the car, you can see the correlator. Correlator is there to help adjust the vehicle if it is coming down the driveway misaligned with the conveyor. The rollers on the correlator will roll, and as the car hits the entrance Y on the conveyor, if it's a little bit misaligned, it'll hit that Y and it'll actually push the car an inch or 2 sideways to align it with the conveyor. Again, this shot shows the complete coverage of the foaming applicator arch. This is a side view of the vehicle entering the first arch of the car wash. And you can see here that we've got 100% coverage on the side of the car, the molding, the contoured groove in the side of the door panel, and all the way down to the rocker panel. Here again we have what we call the spider wraparound system with the front to back mirror and the 2 wraps. This wraparound is the one that was not in the system at first. We had just the exit and wrap, the mirror. We left space and built the equipment to handle this wraparound as the business warranted it, and it did. So we've made quite a few changes here to keep up with a clean car in a short space at high volume. In this shot here, you can see the Omni 350, again working the windshield with the new 0-degree nozzles. Again, one of the things we were forced to do at this location was find a way to make the high pressure and the cleaning much more effective at a higher chain speed. And this is one of the things that we came up with was our 0-degree aerated nozzle. And this is just a side Omni basket with that conversion. The mitter that we're using in the full service and the exterior express washes is right now the most popular one is what we call our 901. It's a single basket front to back mitter that's 72 inches wide, holds 7 cloth rods, and gives a nice smooth fluid motion and keeps the cloth tight together in the center of the car, which doesn't allow it to split on the big SUVs. The 2 basket mitters have a tendency to split on the high vehicles and leave a dirty stripe up the middle of the car. Up here on our wraparounds, one of the new designs we've done here is the spring-loaded interior bumper stops for the wraparound arms. The bumpers are spring-loaded, which takes all the shock out of the frame and the bouncing of the brush when it comes around the back of the vehicle and returns home. The tire brushes on all these applications to save space are mounted to the front to back mitter, requiring no additional base and no anchoring. Makes it a cleaner installation without taking up any additional conveyor length. The driver's side of the conveyor is covered in UHMW plastic. The entrance and exit of the conveyor of the tire brush is also covered in UHMW plastic so that we don't scratch any wheels, any painted wheels, and it's been so far very safe on even the flat and low profile wheels. You see the halo arch with a mirror attachment on the right hand side. Again, the tire shine application, you can see here on the floor is fairly dry. The product stays in the sponge pad and can still dress the tires at upwards of 140 cars an hour, no problem. And this tunnel here, because of what we changed and added, going from low volume to high volume, the wraparounds were the most important. Chemistry here has been very important because this car wash, which washes extremely high volume, is still running with emitter and 2 wraparounds, and getting a very clean car due to the application of the chemicals, the usage of the chemicals at the beginning of the car in a very small space. And here you can see the customers that have already washed their vehicles in the free vacuum area. Free vacuum is under a canopy, well lighted at night. The signage is fantastic, visible from a quarter of a mile down the street. The free vacuum, I think, plays a big part in the increased volume in this location. The way these are being done is with a central vac system. 20 horsepower vacuum cleaner to run up to 8 drops. In some locations now we're going to 25 horsepower. The more vacuum performance we can give the customer, the faster they'll process the vehicle, the faster they'll open that space up and let us out. We can inhibit the express exterior location by not having enough free vacuum cleaners. If that customer is coming and they want to vacuum that car the day they wash, they're going to wait for a lane to open up and be able to get in there and vacuum. We have 2 different designs, one with a claw and one with the crevice tool. Crevice tool, customers were a little bit slower, it's not as big of an opening, and in order to speed them up in this site here, we designed this box to use the claw adapter. Interesting thing here, as far as a success story, if you look at the marquee, it says open Monday to Saturday, 8 to 9. They close on Sundays. This is a very successful car wash, washing between 10 and 15,000 cars a month, 6 days a week.